Right is the sector, the pitman arm. Right here is being rubbed by the tire, violation, out of service potentially. And then on the very bottom of that, I have general hazmat. Also on top of that, cargo tank, other bulk, as well as passenger vehicle. And then I teach and instruct hazardous materials. Cool, right? So that'd be nice. But what my primary job is, obviously you saw the truck that I drive in. I am a commercial officer. I am a mobile scale. A lot of the trucks never go through Grapevine. They never go through Castaic. They have to display the DOT number or the CA number. And out of state, like in Arizona and Nevada, whatever, Utah, they don't care about California. Okay, that's just something that we care about is the CA number. The fire extinguisher inside, that is now no longer actually required to be marked. But there did come a few things, and one of them is making sure that it's secure and it's easy to get to. Not under a bunch of junk, So we've opened these up, and you can see they're half full, right? Okay, so before we go any further, we go into the cab. Again, we're looking at the indicators on the dash, gauges, high beam indicator, all that kind of stuff. The knobs that are on, for releasing, those are actually supposed to be marked. How the operation is. You get some, this is truck and trailer. I know my rights. Actual things that are supposed to have out of right here we have fuel cap, right? And it's on, it's secure. Sometimes we'll see weeping of fuel. That seal needs to be replaced. It could be on a hill, and now it's leaking down on the ground. If the fuel leaks down on the ground, it is not a service violation. All right. Coming back here, again, looking at the tires, looking in between, looking at the suspension, looking at this bar that goes across. There's a bushing. The bushing is starting to kind of come out. You can see towards the back by the fifth wheel plate. So probably wouldn't hurt to keep an eye on that, right? So the one thing is that as you as a mechanic, think about, you're not going to see this truck consistently for another 90 days. What could go wrong? And sometimes, like, this tire is going to make it today, right? But maybe tomorrow and the next 5 days, this guy's going to put on several thousand miles, and now this tire is going to spec. Right? We only go with what we have, but just something to consider. Right here, wheel fasteners, they're all there. They all look to be secure. When I tell the drivers to do it, that's why I tell them to have gloves, right? Get down, bend down, touch each one of those just to verify. Gonna look on the inside. Again, a little bit harder to look on the inside here, especially if you have a trailer. But again, the lining thickness of the brakes. Looking for any of the hoses that might be rubbing. So right here we have the plastic spacers up on top, and then it looks right now at least that airlines are away from the frame, but I will see from time to time where those kind of get shoved over, and again, expansion, and contraction, and those airlines will start rubbing onto the frame, right? So now as I'm going back here, I'm looking at the fifth wheel plate. Obviously, that's part of the trailer. You don't want to be that guy that makes the news because you dropped the trailer, right? With the frame chain. Which has happened. Oh yeah, happens all the time. It just happened last week in Fresno. Some guy. Again, the shocks. These appear to be tight. I think that's just road grind. No, this one's blown. So again, not a big deal that they're blown, but you want to save the investment, right? At least let them know, hey, it needs a set of shocks, whether they want to pay for it or not. Okay, so this mud flap back here, if this vehicle is going down the road, this is probably going to be a conversation. We see some damage right here. What could happen coming through here? Rock, right? So now, we talked about up there, when I'm flashing my light over it, we can see how it reflects, right? When I do this, it doesn't have the honeycomb crosshatch or whatever this little is. So because this LED lens does not have a reflective capability, then in absence of having the DOT tape here, especially, it would need two red reflectors in the back, okay? Two red grease in all the time, right? So that boot's holding that grease in. So that's something at least to notify, hey, you might want to change out that drag link, right? It's cheaper to do the whole drag link than it is to do the whole drag link. Longevity out of that, you probably want to put on a $50 set of shocks at least, right? Just let them know. Looking at the suspension, looking at the spring that is not cracked, U-bolts, and then the upper and the lower shock mounts that there's a little decal here for the year that should be also there. This is something for weight for us. They're paying for additional name and logo, right, of the company. Has to be clearly visible from up to 50 feet away. Their operating authority, the same. If the carrier only runs out of state, then they only have to display the DOT number. If they run in California, they have to display the DOT number or the CA number. In out of state, like in Arizona and Nevada, whatever, Utah, they don't care about California. Okay, that's just something that we care about is the CA number. The fire extinguisher inside, that is now no longer actually required to be marked. But there did come a few things, and one of them is making sure that it's secure and that it's easy to get to. Not under a bunch of junk. Looking for black marks, the flex pipe. This at one point might have been leaking just a little bit. So that would be an area that I would look at.
Jeff, the question I get a lot
Yep.
is, are you guys now including after treatment compliance or emissions compliance?
No, that's not us. But let me clarify. If your truck is not ARB compliant, you're now likely not going to be getting your current registration from the DMV. All right. In that regard, we will be making, probably citations for sure, but possibly after a while. Any vehicle that's expired registration over 6 months, we have the authority to impound. Okay, so the highway patrol, where we get our money that pays my salary, is from the motor vehicle fund. So that's why we aggressively enforce registration violations. So I guess indirectly, we possibly could. It's a case-by-case basis.
When you say over 6 months, so if a hardware truck and won't work it for over 6 months?
If you park your truck for over 6 months and you don't register it before you put it back on the road, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before you put it back on the road, you don't register it.
It's